What's going on, guys? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you never miss any of these updates. Now this is take 2 because I just recorded this video 20 minutes long and then realized that I had no audio on it when I went to edit it. But anyway, let's jump into it again. Today what I want to look at is the Cardano ecosystem. Take a look at what's going on. There are so many projects coming out. I want to give a bit of a heads up about it just to be careful. Also, I want you guys to request what projects you want to see me deep dive into and bring onto the channel. We'll also take a look at the markets, see how the ADA price is performing. I think it is getting ready for the next leg up. And in my non-financial advisor opinion, I really do expect to see a $2 ADA over the next week. So let's jump into it. As well, if you haven't hit the like button or left a comment below, please do so. Share it out there as well. Let's get this information out there. So Coin98 Analytics put this chart together. It is looking at the Cardano ecosystem. So a lot of the projects that are launching. So I would say this isn't every project. Every day I'm seeing new projects coming live, new projects being shared across the board, doing fairly exciting things. Until we get smart contracts, a lot of these projects cannot actually go live on the Cardano blockchain. And again, I haven't heard an update on the dates or anything like that. I do expect testnet to go live any day now. Hopefully we do get an update on that. And then that would still leave us in the time frame of smart contracts being on the mainnet live in August. So taking a look through this here, you can see they have broken it into the different, I suppose, types of projects. I'll touch on just a few of them. The AMM liquidity, these are all the DEXs that are looking to launch on Cardano. So lots of different projects looking to launch a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. And again, these do need smart contracts to operate properly. Lots of them rushing to be the first one out there. But first doesn't always mean that you will be the best and the best uptake and everything like that. Projects get one chance to launch right. So make sure that if any of the projects are listening, if you need an extra few days when we do get to mainnet to get out there to make sure your contracts are all verified, then make sure you take it because you do only get one chance to launch. As well, a lot of these projects can build on the testnet. So they will have all the testing, they will have everything done, that they should be ready to go on day one. I think when we do get smart contracts, we will see a lot of these projects all launching within the first few days. So one that has had a bit of controversy, YaySwap, they were the first project to do an IEO using a native asset, which is a plus. But right now they are an anonymous team. There are a few red flags out there. I have reached out to them. They said that they will come on to the channel next week for an interview and I can then put all of the questions to them. If you have questions you would like put to the team, let me know. As full disclosure, I don't own any of the tokens or anything like that. So this is just to try and get transparency out there to see what exactly is going on. So again, once I get a date, I will let you know. They said that they will come back to me once they finish up the airdrop that they are doing and tidying up after the IEO. Another one as well, CardSwap. So that is part of the CardStarter IDO platform. I did talk to CardStarter last night. I had a quick call with them and I will be having an interview with the founders next week. So if you have questions you would like put to CardStarter, also leave them down below. So again, lots of different stuff to look through there. I will put a link to this. NFTs is something that exploded on Cardano over the last few weeks because a lot of the projects got very creative and found ways to launch their NFTs without smart contracts. So it was great to see the initiative that was taken. The aftermarket of NFTs, there was Discord servers and marketplaces and stuff like that. Right now, the buzz around it does seem to have died down a bit. So if you are getting into an NFT, then get into it because you want to collect the items that are being sold or because it is linked into some game platform or something like that that has value after, because a lot of people got into the early sales for the quick flip. They got in to try and get a rare item that they could then turn around fairly quickly for fairly big multiples on the aftermarket. So a lot of that has died down. It may come back again in the future. So when you're getting into any of these platforms, just make sure that you do your due diligence. Make sure you know what's going on. realistically, a team should be visible at this stage. If a team is looking to raise funds, they need to be visible so you can look at their track record, look at what they have built in the past, look at have they raised funds already? Is there a vesting period? I will do a video specifically on this talking about things to look at, but look at the vesting period. So people who got into a private sale, how many multiples is so if they got in at 1 cent and the public sale now is at 2, 3, 4 cent, then that is a fairly big jump. So are the funds that were raised in the private sale, people who got people who got tokens there, are they locked up for a certain period of time that means that they cannot dump on the normal market when it launches on day one? Lots of stuff to consider there. I will put a full video together looking at some of them aspects. But again, just in general, do due diligence before jumping into a lot of the projects. And if there is projects you want to see on the channel here, let me know down below and I will reach out and try and bring them on, because I want to start giving a showcase to a lot of the projects that are doing really good stuff within the community. So then looking at the tweet that I mentioned, ADAAP put this out on Twitter. Really good guy to follow on Twitter. If you are not following him and you're into Cardano, then make sure you check him out. Put this out about the fees on Ethereum. So this went out yesterday and it showed that the fees on Ethereum for the 24-hour period were nearly $90 million. That was on a transaction volume of 32 billion. When you look at Cardano then, we had just under $12 billion in transaction volume and the fees were $18,000. I feel that once Cardano does get smart contracts out there, we will see a huge number of projects porting over. Right now, as I say, Ethereum pretty much unusable for the smaller traders, so they are looking and putting pressure on projects to look for alternatives and alternative places to move to. Right now, the Ethereum killer is Ethereum. It is the gas fees that they have. Yes, they are working on solutions, but I still think that we will see lots of projects moving out of there as well. I don't think Ethereum will ever be killed. Ethereum will have their market share. I think Cardano will have a huge market share as well going into the future. The smart contract industry is only going to grow over time, and there will be more and more market there for each project to take up. So then looking at the actual markets then to see what's going on. So right now the Bitcoin dominance continues to fall. So this is the amount of market share that Bitcoin holds. So you can see when things were going really well for Bitcoin and the prices were rising, the market share or the market dominance for Bitcoin was a lot higher than it is right now. Generally, when we go under 50% market dominance for Bitcoin, that is when alt season really kicks off. What you see is Ethereum setting new all-time highs, which we're seeing. Then you see the funds starting to flow into some of the other major altcoins out there. We have seen a little bit of this, I would say. Cardano had a decent run last week. Lots of other coins making runs as well. But I do think we haven't seen the real run-up for these coins yet. Over the next week or two, I think we will see an explosion in some of the major altcoins that are out there. Again, huge drop in the last 2 days on the dominance, and it does look like it will continue to fall a bit more over the next few days as well. It will hit a bottom and Bitcoin will start to gain dominance back. People will, at the minute, people have a lot of profits in Bitcoin. So they're putting them out into Ethereum. They're getting lots of profits there. That is then flowing out into other coins. And this will keep flowing downward and pulling up a lot of the other coins. Eventually, people will start to take profits and put them back into Bitcoin. And to me, put them back into some of the major altcoins that have solid fundamentals. That is one of the reasons I am in Cardano, is because of the fundamentals that's there and what I see coming long term. So no need to look at coin market cap. We will just take a look at the charts then to look at where Cardano is. Okay, and just before we jump into the charts, I am using a new charting software today. I will take you through that in a second, but I have partnered with Atani for this month. This is the very first sponsor I've taken on the channel after turning down, let's say, a lot of offers and a lot of money to talk about, to promote different products over the last few months while this channel has been going. This is the first project that I have, and it's not even a project. This is the first company that I have taken anything from to actually talk about their software. And the reason for that is because I think it could be very useful for people. It's free for the end user to use. You will see when I get into it here. And again, I'm in the position where over the last months, I've been making the majority of my income from trading, so I haven't needed to depend on sponsorships or anything like that. So it means that I can be very picky on what projects I bring here. It means that I can keep 100% transparency with you guys, giving my honest opinion on anything that's out there. I don't need to depend on shilling any coins or anything like that in order to get my income, which is I'm very thankful to be in this position. So looking at the platform, then you can see this is what it is. You will see this as the charting system that I use. It is a desktop application. It is 100% free for you guys to download, and you can link in your exchanges. So you can see here that I have exchanges linked in. I've linked in my KuCoin account here just to test it out. I will be linking in more exchanges as well. You can trade from within the platform. You can buy and sell your coins. KuCoin isn't one I use much. I did find some funds on it there a while ago, and I bought a bit of Cody with that. Again, I'll talk about that in another video anyway, and I'll show you how that all works. You have your charting system here. You can also get it to run reports on your tax and check out what is owed and all of that. But again, I'll do all of that type of stuff in another video. So right now we're looking at the ADABTC chart. So this is the price of ADA against Bitcoin. So the price of one ADA against Bitcoin. Again, over the last 24 hours, we went up to try and test that 3,200 sats level that we have been talking about for a while now. So the reason we talk about this is because the Merry Hard Fork, the run that we got on that brought us all the way up to 3,200 sats. When we got the big break over the last week or so, we came right up to test that level again, got rejected down, made another go for it up here, and then had our pullback. So right now we're on another pullback. I would say getting some buying pressure right here to try and push us back up. And when we do break this 3,200 sats level, and in my non-financial advisor opinion, it is when we break it, we will see a very strong move to the upside and pushing right the way up through the 3,200, probably up towards 3,500 sats fairly quickly after that. Looking then at the USD price, again, if you download this software, then you can check out all of this. What you do is you can see the prices across all of the different exchanges. If I click into the Binance USDT chart, you can see right now we found some support around the $1.6869 mark. What you can see is that even when we had this huge pullback, this is a 4-hour chart. So 2 days ago on the 10th of May, when we got this big pullback here, we found very solid support between the 149 and the 156, which are the two levels that I am going to be watching over the next while as the level that I would expect to see a lot of buying pressure down around here if we hit these types of levels. I don't expect us to hit these levels before breaking the all-time high. I think we will get, even if this isn't where we start the move to the upside again, coming back down, maybe down into somewhere around the $1.60, maybe even a bit higher than that, getting support at them types of levels before pushing up to break the 183, which is currently the all-time high for ADA. Again, like on the ADABTC chart, I think it is more a when rather than if we break this. And I do feel that we can hit at least that $2 level over the next week as well. So I will put out updates on this and give some opinions on it as well. Thanks very much for tuning in. As I say, let me know down below the projects you want me to start looking at within the Cardano ecosystem. And thanks for watching, guys. I do really appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.